Hey, it's Azriel Lawless, and once again, you found yourself in Hella Villa. We're on a Lawless Interview today, and looky here, we got two authors. On the top in the upper left, we have DL, and below that, we have Gala. But together, they are the Villa author, Willa Drew. And we're going to talk to them about their experiences on Villa today. So say hi, ladies.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
This happens sometimes. There's a slight pause. Like, who's going to talk first?
Yeah. Well, I'll try to call on you like it's school or something, so it's a little easier. So the first question I want to ask is, when did you guys get started writing? So I'm going to go with DL first. And I mean, when did you get started writing where you were writing something cohesive, not the alphabet or whatever, but something like a story, you know?
So we're both individual writers on our own. We both write on another serialized program called Wattpad, and that's actually where we met. We started reading each other's stories. We started talking offline, and then Gala said to me at one point, hey, it would be kind of fun if maybe we wrote a short story. We took a side character from her story and a side character from my core stories. And we had them meet up because her character, Nick, happened to be spending Christmas in LA. And my character, Sarah, worked at a bar in LA. So so the fates intervened, and we wrote this really cute, fun little short story. And then it took off from there.
Wow. But I didn't hear in there when you got started writing.
So personally, myself, I started writing seriously hardcore probably about 5 years ago.
So about 2016, 2017?
Yeah, 2016. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, cool. What was your impetus for doing that? Why'd you do it?
Well, first I started writing for myself, and then I got into romance by mistake. A friend of mine, we were having a discussion one day over a romance book that she had read, and she was like, you could write so much better. And I'm like, I don't write romance. I write fantasy. What are you talking about? And she's like, no, seriously, I bet you could write better than this person. So I took her up on the bet, and I went home and I wrote 3 chapters of my first book.
Well, that is a great story. And so do you have anything out on Kindle published in book form?
My first book is publishing in May. It's called Ruby Red, and it's not going to be available on Kindle Unlimited. It's going to be available wide for everyone to be able to read. It's being published with Champagne Book Group.
Oh, cool. I don't know what that is, but it sounds nice.
They're a small publisher, so yeah.
I like Champagne.
Exactly.
Is good.
That's one of the reasons why I queried with them. I'm like, oh, Champagne sounds good. They're a great independent publisher. So,
well, I'm sure they are. I'm sure you didn't just pick them because of the Champagne name, like I probably would have. So, okay, now Gala, when did you get started writing as a little more than a hobby or journaling or whatever?
November 2019. I'm pretty much a baby writer as writing is concerned.
November 2019. That is really specific. Was that a NaNoWriMo gal? Are you a NaNoWriMo gal?
Well, I am a NaNoWriMo gal, but that was not. That was completely separate. And it's a little bit of a sad story, but my mom was an author, and then she passed away, in October. And I got a lot of her journals and a lot of her unfinished work. And I was, as kind of like processing through grief, translating a lot of her stuff. And that was kind of the final bit that got me over. There were other things that were setting me up. I'm part of a book club, and one of the ladies in the book club would always tell me, you talk so well about all of the things. You should write one, because you discuss the characters and the settings and whatever. You should write one. And then I joined Toastmasters sometime before. And one of the portions of Toastmasters I enjoy is storytelling and engaging people in the world. So little things were stacking up, and that translation sort of spurred me to write small things of my own. And I am very much an extrovert and I'm very community oriented. So I knew that I would not be able to pursue it if I'm doing it for myself, and write in the drawer is not my thing. That's why Toastmasters and book club, you see the theme, I need other people.
Right.
So I started looking online and I found Wattpad, and it was one of the many platforms, but I actually read on Wattpad before several years ago because Colleen Hoover, one of the authors that I like, that I actually started reading when she only had 2 books published one of her books there because she did an ongoing thing. And I went to Wattpad several years ago and read that. And then when I was choosing between which platform to start posting my own stuff on, I'm like, well, there's name recognition. I know I've been on that platform, and I started posting there my first story, and I'm still doing that. And it's I don't plan on quitting. So that's where I am, and I'm on my 4th book on a Wattpad right now.
Okay, so you're on your 4th book, and DL, you've got your first one coming out, right?
Yeah, my first one is officially being published. I am still also on Wattpad, and I have 6 books there.
Wow.
Yeah, well, sorry, I'm working on my 6th book. I have 5 completed books. Sixth book is the one that I'm working on, because it's serialized fiction. So we do weekly content, and then we write as Willa Drew and do weekly content with that.
Exactly. So that's what I was going to say. So then you guys met on Wattpad. Obviously, you're having a good, experience uploading to Wattpad. Gala's getting what she needs because she's getting the feedback she needs, and it's just a good platform for you guys. And you met there. So when did you decided you wanted to write as Willa Drew? And did you already know about Kindle Villa by that time? Had you been notified that Kindle Villa was coming? Did you know, and you knew you were going to write it for Kindle Villa, or were you planning to write it for Wattpad first?
Do you want me to take this, DL?
Yeah, you go for it. Yeah.
We started writing together, and we were actually putting both of our names together. And on Wattpad, we published 3 short stories. The first one, that was kind of because of me. Then the second one was a friend of ours on Wattpad was asking for contribution to her romance anthology, and we wrote another one. And then I heard about Vella, and I said that I love being ground up. I've worked for startups before. It's a completely different energy, and the potential that you get there is exponential. It doesn't mean that you will always win and that you will always be on that wave, but there is an extra potential there to be the first one at the start of something. I had so many things going on though that and again, I'm a community person. I need somebody else to hold my hand or just to do this. So I reached out to DL, and they said, well, Kindle Villa is starting up. Do you want to do this with me? Because we've worked so well together, and this will be nice to do this together. And she's in Canada, and you couldn't do it. I think you still can, but it was open only for American authors, or at least you had to have stuff set up in America. So she said yes, and I will let her talk about that. And at that point, now you can put 2 authors on Kindle Villa. At that point, you couldn't. So we were like, dang it, how are we going to do this? And we actually had to come up with a name, and Willa Drew is what we came up with. And DL, I'm going to let you talk about why did you say yes, and how did we come up with Willa Drew?
Yeah, let me hear that.
Well, saying yes was the easiest thing in the world. I truly love writing with Gala. It's like magic, and I keep saying this over and over again, but we weave this little spell, and I get such a high when I know that I can wake up in the morning, and because of the time difference, because Gala is in California and I am in Ontario, so I'm on the East Coast, and she's written a chapter the night before, so I get to wake up and read the chapter, and then I get to write my response to that chapter, and then I know that later on in the afternoon she will have edited my chapter, and we will have these 2 amazing chapters that just work. So it's fun. It just really is fun. And I really, really enjoy writing with her. And sometimes I'm like, can you help me write my own stuff too, please?
Well, no, I got to tell you girls that I haven't talked about this on any of these videos because I don't talk about myself. I'm not supposed to, but I'm doing the same thing. I have a writing partner.
Oh,
And
great.
together we are Kira Croft.
Mhm.
Yeah. So we're doing the same
Very
thing.
cool.
And you
And
guys are
isn't
sitting there
awesome?
saying it's like magic and blah blah, and we are doing exactly the same thing. She is in
Oh,
Wisconsin
yay.
and I'm in Seattle.
Mm.
And she is the more experienced writer. So basically, because I believe in any group activity or partnership, you have got to have an absolute head. You have to have the final, it has to be the final say. It sounds like Gala is the final. She goes through and polishes, smooths it out, right? And she's the final say. She's like the project manager.
I am the project manager.
There
You
you
nailed
go.
it for sure.
And so in my world, my project manager is Diana in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
So we write alternate chapters. She writes the odd chapters. So she began the Villa.
Oh, yeah.
And then I write the even chapters, but she is writing the female character and I am writing the male character. And this is a paranormal romance. And we're doing it first person POV. And she goes, there's her gal,
Yeah.
she does her thing, and then I bring in the dude and we do the da-da, and I do most of the bow, chicka, bow, bow. I do most of that.
Aw. But it's
Oh,
great
you
though,
leave
right?
that to DL?
Yeah, we have these similarities. We have these mind melt moments, which are just crazy. And I've told this story before, but when we were writing We Blend, there was a chapter, the big moment, and I wrote half of it, and I stopped and I said, and Sven enters, and I didn't know why Sven entered. I didn't know why Sven had to be there, and I sent a message to Gala, and I'm like, I read this, I don't know why, but Sven needs to be there. And she read it and she's like, I know exactly what has to happen. And she wrote the rest of the chapter. And it was like we wrote it together. It was just perfect. And we fill in each other's gaps as well. I hate writing dialogue. I'm really bad at writing dialogue. Gala is great at writing dialogues. Her first drafts can just be dialogue sometimes. And I like to write descriptions and emotions. And yes, some of those chapters that I tend to write, apparently. So, we kind of we fill in each other's, but then we also have the same likes and dislikes. So it really kind of fits.
That is so wonderful to hear. And I'm astonished because as my partner said, and she's been self-publishing for like 11 years now, very, very successfully. She has 60 books out there on KU.
Ooh, good for her.
Right. And she's got stuff out on Radish. And I'm very, very lucky to be paired up with her because although I've been writing for a long time and I've done some really epic things, I've not published anything. So it's a real wank when you're not putting your stuff out there. So you're pretty much a wanker. So until Kindle Villa, I didn't write much. So I'm just so pleased, and we get along so well. And she had turned down and she writes romance. She had turned down several other romance writers who asked to do a partnership because she said, I just can't.
Yeah.
But you have for some reason we get along, and it's magic, like you say.
Yeah.
Magic. So you can actually have this alchemy that does this crazy thing. And I remember just the other day, it happened for us too. I wrote a scene where the demon guy is in hell and a bandstand comes flying by with a band on it. And it's the Glenn Miller band, which is so obscure and so old. It's a lot older than she is. She's young like you gals. But she literally hit me up the next day. She said, did I tell you I listened to Glenn Miller when I was a kid? Something? I'm like, no. She's like, this is too weird.
We
That's
have that
awesome.
all the time.
So isn't that cool? And I'm so excited to hear that you guys have that, because it is a true alchemy and a true partnership. It's an amazing mind melding almost.
Yep.
So
Absolutely.
Tell me, what was the first serial you put up? What was the first Willa Drew? What went up first?
So that was our story, We Blend. We've renamed it recently to Falling for the Rockstars Daughter.
That's good.
And yeah, we like that one too. And it is a slow burn tending towards young adult, new adult romance that takes place between two musicians who meet and have to work together towards a common goal and reluctantly fall in love with each other.
So frenemies to lovers.
Frenemies to friends. Yes, exactly. Yes, frenemies to lovers. Yeah.
That is neat. Okay, so how many episodes are in Falling for the Rockstar's Daughter, and what's their average length? I mean, do you try to keep them about the same length when you're writing?
I don't remember how many we ended up with on Vella because we're also on Reddish and we chunked that up into smaller ones. I want to say 2,000 would be, no, 1,500 would be an average. I would say probably 1,200 to 2,000 will be the range. 2,000 is probably going to be one of the higher ones. I think we have a couple that are like 2,100, but not more than that, when it was really hard to truncate. But that was our first one, and that was very much a lesson learned. Now we very much keep track of word count per chapter as we write and edit, and we always want to keep them under 2,000, and we're always aiming for about 1,500. It's a metric now.
Yeah, yeah.
Do it on purpose.
Yeah, we're right there, ladies. We're right there. I believe the same. Although I do have one that I fairly consistently give them 2,500 words.
Yeah,
but it's almost every freaking chapter, so they know what
they're getting into. Yeah,
and if I had it to do over again, I would try to keep everything at right about 12 to 1,600.
100%. Yep. Same.
Yeah, that's where Kira Croft writes, is in the 12 to 1,600 range.
Yeah,
and
it's a one time you can read it through one setting.
Yes,
it's just a good thing, good portion.
I think so too. And a lot of these out there, did you guys find? But you guys were already writing serials out on Wattpad, so you didn't have to sort of adjust your thinking and give them a little bit of a cliffhanger at the end.
No,
y'all already knew all that. You were old hats at that.
Sorry.
The rest of us had to learn that shit. And it's I think it's a different expectation when the reader comes out, because they want that. They want that little cliffhanger. They want, as I was talking to another author yesterday, which the author I was talking to yesterday, she and her best bud met out on another writing platform, and they don't write anything together, but they're really good buddies, out there in Vella land. And I just think that's wonderful that writers can meet each other like that. Okay, so second one. What was the second one you uploaded? And I forgot to ask you when did you load Falling for the Rockstar's Daughter?
So it's Falling for the Rockstar's Daughter is 48 chapters long. Okay. And we started writing it in May of last year, and we were there on day one. We published the 10 chapters on day one. We were sitting there refreshing every day, July 14th, July 15th, July 6th, it's up, so we were there.
That's so exciting. That is amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
We had a complete book. We were ready, and we had it edited and everything and all set to go. We did the 10 chapters, and then we started doing the true serialized. At that time, because we had 48 chapters, we released 2 chapters a week. It is complete now on Vella.
Wow. Well, now I hate you a little bit.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you're just doing everything right. It just sounds like you're doing everything right. So
project manager.
Point like this, DL.
Oh, sorry, project manager.
Yeah, yes, I am. You're doing everything right. So what was the second one, and when did it go up?
So we launched the second one, Falling for the Liar, which is actually, it has seasons. So Falling for the Rockstar will have seasons as well, but we have 3 seasons of that up. And that one we launched, technically we launched the first episode the first day as well, but then we didn't write any more of it because we were so focused on the Rockstar's Daughter. So in September, we started launching that one weekly. And then we gave it season 2, which we started in January of launching that. And then season 3, which we're working on right now, launched this month.
My God. So how many, Falling for the Liar, season 1, how many episodes do you remember?
Yes, it's 12 episodes. It's a short season. Season 2 was 14 episodes. And season 3 is probably going to be about 50 episodes because we overwrote. Yeah. Yeah.
They grow longer. And
Stephen
we're
King,
writing right now. Yes, we're writing the fifth season of the Falling for the Liar right now. And we are longer and longer with every season.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't stop.
That's what's happening. So each season is longer.
Clearly, okay, so clearly 48 episodes, 1,500 words. That's going to be a novel of about 65,000 words or so, right? Higher?
Yeah, it's higher actually. Yeah, it's more like 95. Yeah.
Oh, good. Well,
I think Clark said it was.
Sucks. My math is bad. Okay.
No, it's not you. No, it's just with our first one, we didn't know the 1,600 word thing. So we wrote 2,000, 2,500, but now we know 1,600.
Oh, this meeting will end in 10. Oh, hang on a second.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. Well, our meeting is going to end in 10 minutes because I don't have a Zoom premium.
Oh, okay.
And there are 3 of us. So I want to get this done quickly. Okay, I will put all of your serials here, and so everyone will have the link in the description to get to these ladies' fantastic stories. You want to make sure to check them all out. But I want to ask, what are you girls reading?
Oh, sure.
On Villa.
On Villa?
Shout out.
I'm reading Callie Thomas's Forest of Stolen Dreams.
Memories.
Memories, thank you. I know something like that. Yes. So I'm reading that right now and binging it because that's what I do. I am a binge reader. I am not like most of my readers. I like to wait till the story is done and then devour it.
Awesome. So, okay, Gala, who's your shout out?
I'm reading Jessica Aaron's Zella story, and I completely don't remember the name of the story. DL, do you remember what the actual title is?
No, I can't remember either. That's terrible.
Is it AARON or ERIN?
It's ERIN.
Jessica Aaron.
And so the first one I read was All is Fair in Love and University, and the second one is her fictional Zella universe. And oh my God, I'm so bad with titles. It is amazing. It's super fun. It's enemies to lovers, which is my second favorite trope. First is friends to lovers. So I'm enjoying it thoroughly. It's fun and it's steamy, and I highly recommend to all romance readers. And it is a special pleasure because it is Zella. Zella authors. So there's just so many portions there that are dear to any Kindle Villa author that I think any Kindle Villa author will find.
Awesome. I'll put those links in the comment, in the description as well. So I thank you ladies so much for giving me your time today. I have had a blast talking to both of you.
Oh, we had a blast talking to you. You're awesome too.
Well, I'm too poor for a real Zoom account, so that's why they're going to boot us off of Zoom.
No worries.
We'll come back someday. I have a free account.
We need to come back is what it is.
That's what needs to happen. I need to bring you gals back. So that's what I'm going to do, people. These 2 fascinating ladies, we're going to bring them back and find out. We're going to bring them back in like 6 months, find out how the partnership's going then, what they've got on their plate then, and chat about some exciting things that we talked about right before we got started filming. So we'll see how that goes.
Love it.
All right. Bye, Hella Vella.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks.